Okay, so all these BL series have officially crossed the finish line, which means it's Judgment Day, and I'm handing out final grades whether the cast like it or not. Heads up, spoilers are everywhere in this one, so if you're not caught up yet, this is your one and only warning to turn back now. And if there's a series I somehow slept on that already ended, tell me in the comments so I can go suffer through it accordingly. Without further ado, let's get started. First on our list, Peach and Me. Okay, real talk, Kunti being unhinged obsessed with Peach and that ending cameo parade where literally every GMMTV couple tried to cosplay as them broke my brain in the best way. I was cackling alone in my room like an insane person, but also 4 episodes for this much plot? The fight choreography was giving toy soldiers, but honestly, who cares when Ponfuan's scenes could power a whole city block? Not perfect, kinda rushed, still made me cry a little. 8 out of 10, no notes, just give me more episodes please. Next on our list, Payback. Payback genuinely wrecked me in the best way. Top Tap and Minley's chemistry is unfair. The tension between Jay and Sun had me forgetting to breathe half the time. The revenge plot, the entertainment industry corruption, Sun's whole tragic backstory, Chef's kiss, this show knew exactly what it was doing. My only side eye is Jay. Bro started off giving unhinged stalker energy before giving devoted boyfriend energy, and the show never fully made me forgive that transition. Plus, some of those darker scenes needed a lot more care than they got. Still ending my year with a 9 out of 10 because Sun deserved better, but I deserved this show, and honestly, I got what I came for. The third spot on our list, A Dog and a Plane. Taenu's chemistry is honestly the only reason I survived all 10 episodes. They could read a grocery list to each other, and I'd still be kicking my feet. But Bestie the plot peaked around episode 4 when they finally exposed the cheating pilot, and after that it just became filler soup with poop jokes and a side couple that had nothing to do with anything. Giving this a 7 out of 10, a nice comfort watch if you just want two hot dorks being soft together, but don't go in expecting the story to hold up its end of the deal. Up next we have Deep In. Real talk, I went in on a random weeknight with zero expectations, and by episode 5 I was completely feral about it. Ollie and Shu Yuan's chemistry for a first pairing is honestly unfair. I was yearning right alongside them, and the soundtrack has been stuck in my head for days now. The whole actors falling for each other while playing characters who fall for each other thing could have been a gimmick, but it actually messed with my head. I kept losing track of what was real, and I loved that. 10 out of 10, no notes. That ending where they finally stop hiding and just choose each other openly wrecked me in the best way. I'm still not over it. Number 5 on our list, When Oranges Fall. Honestly, I went into this expecting a cute filler high school BL and left completely gutted in the best way. That episode 11 conversation about picking a major hit way too close to home for someone who's very much not a teenager anymore. Ko Nong being a certified himbo who just wants to eat oranges and vibe forever while everyone around him is planning their futures. Unreasonably relatable content. My one gripe is that whole August and Teal storyline just quietly disappeared in the last stretch. Like the show forgot they existed after 2 years of setup, and I'm still side-eyeing that lack of closure. 9 out of 10, cried over a citrus fruit metaphor. No regrets. The 6th spot on our list, Smile After Tears. Look, I need to talk about the fact that this show killed off its own main lead in episode 6 like it was nothing. No warning, no mercy, just gone. Then it spends the rest of the runtime trying to convince me the childhood best friend was the real endgame all along, except we watched him get friend-zoned for 6 straight episodes, so the pivot feels less like fate and more like a producer panicking in the writer's room. The soundtrack is doing some heavy lifting though, genuinely gorgeous, and the cinematography almost makes up for how emotionally flat some of these devastating scenes end up feeling. 6 out of 10, not a disaster, just a show that had one good idea and one confusing idea, and decided to give them equal screen time. Also included on our list, The Prosecutor's Proposal, a KBL that actually gave me a real budget, a real cast, and a mystery I couldn't fully call from episode 1. I'm not used to this kind of luxury, and honestly, I'm still recovering. Tae-seon and Chae-ha's chemistry hits different. Snarky prosecutor meets damsel with a past energy is doing something to me. And yes, the kisses were unreasonably hungry for KBL standards. No complaints there. My one gripe is that ending genuinely felt like it teleported me into a different show for 5 minutes. Beach scene coming out of nowhere like the writers ran out of runway. But I'll forgive it, because everything before that had me choking on my drink during episode 4. 9 out of 10, someone give this show a season 2 before I stage a protest. Number 8, Love Class Season 3. Season 2 set the bar high, and Season 3 just didn't clear it. The 13-minute episodes are so short you'd think they'd finally use that time wisely, but instead, the main couple spends most of it dancing around feelings I stopped caring about by episode 8. Kun and Jae-min carried this entire season on their backs though. Their language barrier romance had more actual tension and sweetness in 5 stolen minutes per episode than the main pair managed in 16 episodes combined. Also, can we talk about how the Love Class, the show is literally named after, basically, doesn't exist here? They could have deleted that whole university setting and changed nothing. 6 out of 10, watch it for the side couple, skip the rest, I said what I said. Also, Sin and Love already wrapped up too, but not gonna lie, that one just wasn't it for me. I spent the entire runtime more confused than the actual detectives in the show, so I'm exercising my right to skip the review and pretend it didn't happen. So tell me which recently finished BL is actually worth everyone's time? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. That's it, and see you on the next one.